Hey everybody, how's it going? Back with another one, and in today's video I'm going to cover topics specifically covering some of the limiting beliefs we may have been programmed since birth to believe in, which is causing us to limit ourselves when it comes to owning our own business and looking to scale that business. So if you don't know who I am Chris Hernandez. I am a 19-year-old entrepreneur. I specifically help e-commerce brands scale to 6 to 7 figures using Facebook ads, and specifically some of my own limiting self-beliefs I've discovered in myself as well has been specifically adopting the abundance mindset. So adopting a mindset of abundance has opened my mind up to the amount of opportunities that are there, not only with just digital marketing, but as well as just e-commerce in general. So back at the age of around 16, that's where I was interested into like drop shipping and all that. And then around 18, I made a decision to go all in into starting my own consulting agency, specifically a service-based business. And with that being said, when I first made my initial investment to pick up the knowledge to run a quality ad agency, a lot of limiting beliefs I had was doubt in if this system would work. I also had doubt in how much opportunities would arise from this, and then also had doubts of would this pan out long term. So I mean, you don't know don't know when you get started, and I tell everybody just to take massive action, follow a couple content creators, follow their free content, and then if you need to invest in mentorship. I think that's the next step that will skyrocket you to take you from zero to that next level. So with that being said, I just took it. I invested in the course, and then I invested into mentorship, and really I just made a decision to myself that I was just going to go all in. To be honest, I knew that this is what I wanted for a very long time. I knew that I needed to put some skin in the game. I knew that I needed to shift the risk into myself, so then I can just skyrocket, because typically for me, just putting pressure on myself, I feel like I just get better results. I feel like I thrive in just pressure. And it's essentially that's what I did. I just really locked myself in and just told myself, look, I'm gonna make this investment and I'm gonna go all in. And when I had mentorship, I just took everything my mentor said, took it in stride, and just implemented day by day. And I made that decision right then and there when I invested into mentorship that this is what I needed, and there's nothing stopping me. And so, I talked with a couple other students, specifically in a similar position, getting started, on track to scale to 10K, just like me. And a lot of them have similar limiting beliefs as well. And it's something that we've just been developed just by where we're born, where we're raised from, what community we're in, what moral beliefs we share, and what moral beliefs we have developed over the years. But like anything, with entrepreneurship, the reason why entrepreneurship is so hard and only few succeed is because in order to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to rewire your brain and you have to shift that mindset. So initially with me, I did a lot of mindset shifts, and I took a lot of time to study on my mind and to specifically focus on the concept of abundance, And so with my ad agency, I understand that I can close 2 deals tomorrow, and that would put me at 10K. I understand that I can bring on 10 clients that can put me at 30 or 40K. So what I've developed is the abundance mindset that opportunities are around us 24/7. There's a lot of opportunities out here, especially with the internet. And I just understood that with the ad agency, I needed 3 pillars, specifically one to get me meetings booked on my calendar. I needed a solid team to get my clients results, as well as I needed the ability in myself to close deals on a sales call when people who've never met me before, establishing that confidence and just developing those concepts, as well as understanding the mindset shift that we attract who we are as a person, We attract similar people. So if you're hanging out with people in high school who are broke, that's typically represents who you are as a person as well. So I just took that in stride as well. And I did. I remember my first month after investing in mentorship and all that, wrote down a lot of affirmations, and then just really focused on the day-to-day actions. What really helped me out as well is when I made the investment, I had no expectations. Of course, I knew that in a year after investing in mentorship that I wanted to get to 10K. That was my only really goal. But to be honest, I just went in. I knew that people who got into the space, it takes them, some of them, it takes them like a year to 2 years to get their first sale and to get things rolling. That's where they get to 10K So I knew that other entrepreneurs, it's taken them a long time, but also I've noticed as well, some entrepreneurs, it takes them only like 2 weeks and they bring on their first client. So I understood that concept, and that's where I really just dove in, had no expectations. I was just going to take daily actions and really focus on what I can control as an individual, right? So for me, in my development, I mean, I made I post in Facebook groups, right? So for 90 days, I was just constantly posting in Facebook groups like every day, different groups every single day. So for the first 90 days, didn't really see any attraction, didn't get any engagement, none of that. So after the 90 days of just constantly doing that work, then I saw the reap of the rewards. So a quality book I'd recommend anybody that really helped me open up my mind was Fanatical Prospecting. And then what specifically that is it's talking about how the specific concept, it's like the 90-day rule, right? So think about it is the actions you take today, you won't see the results until 90 days. And this is positive or negative. If I stop right now, stop running my ad agency, I lose everything after 90 days. That's where you see the results. So the actions you do today, you won't see the results until 90 days after that. And that really, that made me happy because I understood that I kept bringing on and I kept in stride, I kept maintaining momentum. That was really the important thing for me to get me to where I'm at today, and what's keeping me going is overall that momentum, but also understanding that the work I do right now doesn't have the results until 90 days after that. So those two concepts that are really important, as well as developing an abundance mindset, understanding that money's everywhere, the opportunities are everywhere. You working at 95, that's not the only limit to yourself to make money. I mean, with the 9 to 5, you're trading time in for money, but also a lot of people stay in that 9 to 5 system because of you get paid every Friday, or you get paid a certain day bi-weekly. So initially, that's why people get caught up in that 9 to 5 trap, because ultimately they view that as security, when after the whole pandemic and everything that's happened in the country as well, I mean, things can happen, things can change. I was talking to people who have worked at a company for 10 years after the whole pandemic, they got laid off. So I mean, in all aspects, and in truth, overall, there's no guarantee, there's no security. You can work a 9 to 5, the economy can go through another recession, you get laid off. I mean, so with that aspect, right, I took that into my business. I knew that if my business were to crash or whatever, let's say bankrupt or whatever, it was on my terms. If I made money and I lived financially free, it was on my terms. So I want control over my fate. I don't want like a business owner or somebody else controlling me in my position if I worked at a 9 to 5, right? Because usually, right, that 9 to 5 cycle to move up the ladder it's a slow process. So I mean, that's caused me to make the shift and just go all in, right? I'd rather dedicate 2 to 4 years of just working really hard, putting my head down, just grinding to build this business so then I could live my 20s financially free. So I'd rather sacrifice the time right now instead of like even going to a university, wasting 4 years in that whole cycle. Because think about it, you go to college, you pay like $100,000, you go through 4 years and you're not even guaranteed a job after that. Typically, people that just graduated college, they usually get like a job that pays them like $20 an hour. So that's all I have really. The 3 concepts are: number 1, adopt the abundance mindset; number 2, understand that the results you see won't happen until 90 days after that; and number 3, I'd say just go in when you're trying to start a business, just go in with no intentions, no expectations whatsoever. Just focus on your day-to-day actions and focus on what you can control, and I guarantee that you'll be successful. So that's really all I have for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope my content helps you guys out.